Welcome back, Foxy Games UK new and existing subscribers. It is Monday, October 26th. Quick fire news before we get into our main news story, courtesy of PSU.com. Ex-Metal Gear and Death Stranding developer Kojima Productions is working on a new project, confirming the studio is now on the lookout for fresh talent to join its Tokyo-based outfit. Now, the studio confirmed the news via Twitter, although unsurprisingly at this point there's no word on what the game is. It was revealed that Ludwig Vorsel, the composer of Death Stranding, is involved in an undisclosed project, which may or may not be related to what Kojima Productions is currently working on. Though Death Stranding was a success for the company, there is a chance a sequel could be in the pipeline, or perhaps something else entirely. Also, Sony Interactive Entertainment has trademarked the Soho engine in Europe. Now, the trademark, which was found by Gamatsu, has absolutely no detail about what Soho engine is or what it will be used for. Therefore, it could be a new engine being developed internally, such as for the action-adventure PS5 title Visual Arts is working on. Now, Team Soho, Soho is a London location, was also the original name of the developer of PS2's The Getaway open-world action crime series, though that could be worth considering. Or it could be the title of a new game being developed by a member of PlayStation Studios, either first-party or second-party partner. The Getaway revival is long overdue, so watch this space as and when more details on what this Soho engine is being used for. Now, right now we really don't have a lot to go on, but it is fun to speculate as to what it could be. Sony has many studios, a number of which are working on new titles, but this could also be a brand new piece of technology. One other possibility is that it is the name for the Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan Studios' rumored sci-fi adventure Ray Space, which started life as a PS4 title and eventually leapt to the next-gen system. And 3 key PS4 exclusive games, including God of War 3 Remastered, God of War PS4 and Final Fantasy VII Remake, have been updated with an unknown level of PS5 support, at least according to a Twitter user named Lance MacDonald. Now, MacDonald confirms that all 3 games now have PS5 support. It isn't yet known exactly what is on the cards in this respect, but here's the full Twitter post. Okay, I can confirm that God of War 3 Remastered, God of War 2018 and Final Fantasy VII Remake have now been updated with some amount of added PS5 support. However, there is no way to know what amount of support this actually is until we get hands-on. Interesting. So how valid is this, I hear you asking? Well, I can confirm at least 75% of this is true. I know for a fact that God of War 2018 and Final Fantasy VII Remake were due to receive PS5 enhancement upgrades, whether that be resolution, frame rate, ray tracing, or all 3. But I'm a little bit surprised Sony bothered to update God of War 3 Remastered, originally a PS3 release. It's a good game, just a little surprised they went back to work on it again. Expect many more Sony first-party PS4 titles to receive a PS5 makeover as we draw nearer to the console's launch and beyond. In other news, select US media outlets have received PS5 consoles for review, with CNET's Jeff Bakalar posting a video of the PS5 retail unit in his home, suggesting that we'll see previews and reviews from US media and influencers in the coming week or weeks ahead of launch. During this time, we will likely hear a lot more about the console, how it works, its features, and new details that we haven't seen yet. PS5 is just weeks away. Sony has just revealed the streaming and media apps, which will be available on the console from day one, detailing the new media center in the process. With PS5s going out to media, it also appears that Robert Lewandowski has a PS5 console, or at least a DualSense controller. The UK, Europe and other select regions are reportedly due to receive PS5 units starting this week. In fact, a little birdie told me Digital Foundry and PlayStation Access may very well have received review units today. Stay tuned for more on this one. Okay, now for the main segment of the video, and I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, regarding the promise of PS5 and Xbox Series X next-gen game quality. Now it's becoming abundantly clear that in spite of the Series X having a power advantage over PS5, I mean we're talking a beefier GPU, 12 T-flop versus 10.3, and an apparently faster CPU and a fairly decent advantage in memory bandwidth, which really determines how fast and how much visual data can be funneled around, though if you look at the on-screen results, you'd be forgiven for thinking the exact opposite. Take Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, recently covered by Digital Foundry, who called it, and I quote, "the best use of ray tracing in a game we've seen so far, with the best materials, character and effects quality that we had seen on next-gen consoles." Now bear in mind, Digital Foundry has had a prototype near to final Xbox Series X unit for testing for close to a month now, and have not had the opportunity to test PS5, well, not until now, but more on that later. Now I don't want to be too hard on Series X, quite simply it just doesn't have that standout game to really show off what Series X is truly capable of, and believe me, it is very capable. We've seen the future titles coming and they are impressive. It is, as of now, pretty much common knowledge Series X's big launch title, Halo Infinite, was delayed, and this has left a gaping hole in Microsoft's lineup, having to rely on older, albeit enhanced Xbox titles from OG Xbox, Xbox 360 right up to Xbox One, and of course the many multi-plat titles from third-party publishers that'll release on PS5 also day and date. So while the likes of Jeff Grubb and other YouTubers are doing a great service to eager Series X purchasers in demonstrating really the enhancements and some more significant than others, well, it just pales in comparison to the coverage PS5 is getting from titles such as Miles Morales and Demon's Souls. Now, the former demonstrating PS5's ray tracing capability, improved visuals and faster frame rates. Most would agree, in spite of Spider-Man Miles Morales launching as a cross-gen PS4/PS5 title, it is as clear as day the PS5 version is the real showcase for early next-generation console titles. Now, it wasn't that long ago that reports were flooding in all over the internet that PS5 couldn't even do ray tracing, as it was reported and really believed by many gullible people that PS5's GPU architecture was RDNA 1 based, whereas RDNA 2 allows for ray tracing. So here we are today, and it is Microsoft's Xbox Series X that needs to show and prove its ray tracing chops. Astonishingly and curiously, Microsoft has removed all trace, get it? All trace of ray tracing in marketing materials. The Series X packaging, and even Xbox boss Phil Spencer gave really an interview talking down the benefits of ray tracing. Spencer gave the impression he was somewhat disappointed with its implementation thus far. What a difference a year makes, huh? Now, I do find the entire ray tracing technology utterly fascinating, and it is my understanding that the majority of ray trace games will display at 4K, dynamic or otherwise, and performance is locked at just 30 FPS. For this reason, ray tracing / visual quality modes in games are more of a novelty feature for me. I much prefer locked 60 FPS gameplay over realistic ray traced reflections, though as developers become really more proficient with the next gen hardware, I envisage some game creators will push ray tracing at 60 FPS, dependent on the complexity of the game, of course. An interesting article surfaced last week, and although not the greatest example given really my coverage of this studio's latest game, the developer of cross-gen racer Dirt 5 gave its opinion on the power differential of both Series X and PS5, and this may surprise you given Microsoft's Series X marketing has largely focused on Xbox Series X being the most powerful console next generation. Sourced via PSU.com, Mike Moreton, lead designer of Dirt 5, has said that the disparity between the PS5 and Series X GPU doesn't really have an impact from a development point of view. Speaking with Gaming Bolt, Moreton was quizzed if the difference between the PS5 and Series X GPU makes any impact from a development point, to which he replied, and I quote, "From development and gameplay perspectives, it really doesn't have an impact. When it comes to tuning, tweaking and optimizations at the end of the game, it might mean slightly less work for one platform." He didn't reveal which platform he was talking about, but Sony's next generation console is packing a 10.28 T-flop GPU, while Microsoft is equipped with a whopping 12 T-flop GPU of power. Now, no doubt, we'll eventually see what Series X can do in the 18 months to 2 years from launch, and that's at least something, but by that time, Sony will be iterating on its second, maybe third generation of PS5 blockbuster games, and it may appear to many that Microsoft's hardware is in catch-up mode. Now, having pre-ordered PS5 and Series X, I'm still very much excited for Microsoft's X-Gen console this holiday, but I run a YouTube channel, therefore I can justify the spend. But if you're somebody looking for instant Xbox next-gen gratification, and you're seeing the next-gen power demonstrated on a competitor's hardware that you don't own, well, let's just say the wait could be excruciating. Though what say you? Go ahead, sound off, share your thoughts and opinions on today's news, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of another video, but let's continue the discussion cordially in the comments. And for all your current and next-gen news updates, rumour and rampant speculation, yes, hit the like button, yes, spread the word, and yes, keep it locked to Foxy Games UK. You can subscribe to Foxy Games UK, remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content, thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing the video. Also consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon, link in this video's description. Truly appreciate the support. That concludes our time together on this Monday, and it was certainly great hanging out. I'm looking forward for the rest of the week, but until the next video, play games, not corporations.